Want some, get some, bad enough, take some. Want some, get some, bad enough, take some. Want some, get some, bad enough, take some.
Hello, welcome to the episode. Did something blow up over there? Episode 64 of Fang in the Bang with Gangrel and Ariel Levy. Look at this. What, is it on fire?
I don't know. This is great.
So it's only smoking on your side, though. Why is it? Oh, no, it's on my side.
Where did you get this?
Spirit.
Oh, you know, there's the store by, LA Fitness over by the school?
Uh-huh.
There's a Halloween spirit store in there. I was going to go in there yesterday, but I was so tired I barely got through my workout after the weekend's travels and stuff. I was like, oh, I better go do chest. I struggled in there. I struggled in the gym yesterday. I was really tired yesterday. How are you feeling? How's your shoulder feeling?
I'm great. I'm better, but the weekend was really cool. Really, really cool weekend. We had a
cool weekend?
Yeah, we had a great show Friday in Port St. Lucie.
Friday, yeah.
Even though it was after the hurricane, but we got a lot of people showed up.
It was like a family reunion for me. I had relatives drinking, and they probably made more money. That Port St. Lucie probably made more money at the bar than they ever had. I come find out my cousin, just because somebody knew me, he goes, he was buying them drinks. He was buying these people. You know the crazy black guy. This crazy black dude.
One?
Like he's the only crazy black guy there at Port St. Lucie. He challenged Mike Tyson or somebody.
Yeah. I don't remember his name, but yeah.
He challenged. He got on there. They had him do commentary and announcing, and then he challenged. Was it Mike Tyson?
Yeah, he challenged Mike
Tyson on his own. But he was there with his belt and said that.
It was with an MMA.
Said that they wanted him to. He told my cousin that they wanted him to come wrestle somebody currently and on TV right now, and my cousin apparently just bought his whole family food and drinks. I was like, what the f*** are you doing? But I didn't say nothing. I didn't, whatever.
Yeah.
But he said, I just got them all their food. I said, get what you wanted. And he said, they ordered everything. I said, of course they did.
Yeah, he came to me, cut a promo on me after the show too. So,
the big guy?
The big guy, yeah. I was like, come. Bring it, man. You're carrying your...
Was he a pro football player? He said he played
apparently,
football.
I mean, that's what I heard, but I don't know anything about football.
So he played football, but maybe they should have the concussion protocol. Because, we're all a little bit crazy, I guess. But it was good. I saw a lot of family there. A childhood friend I hadn't seen in 40 years. I see him at the show. He came to the show to see me.
Oh, that's cool.
And then get this. So yesterday I was doing chest in LA Fitness, and I hear, "Hey Dave," it was him
again.
He goes, "Oh, I train here all the time." He goes, "Who would have thought I seen you now 2 times in a week? Yeah, 40 years we don't see each other, and I see you 2 times in a week." And I'm like, "Yeah." And it turns out he drinks with my other friends, Billy Fives and this guy Ryder. So he hangs out in a very scary circle. It's weird how the world gravitates back. All the same kind of people get along with each other, I have a lot of crazy friends. And he was an ex-police officer. He's a good guy, though. Yeah, he's a big Joey Diskin. So it was fun. Yeah,
cool.
Port St. Lucie was fun.
Fun show.
How was your title defense in Port St. Lucie?
That was great.
Who'd you wrestle?
Ozzy. Your boy.
Fartmeister. Yeah.
Your boy.
The Ozzy. He likes to refer to himself as Ozzy Killmeister, but
Ozzy Killmeister.
He's killed as the houses. Port St. Lucie will probably be down 100 people next time you go back. Because
I called him out. I cut a promo on him. I was like, "You call yourself Ozzy Killmeister, but you're not as crazy as Ozzy Osbourne. You're as tough.
Not as tall
as Lemmy Killmeister."
He's not as tall as Ozzy Osbourne either.
No. But it was a fun match. It was a fun match. He did a good job. And we had Nvidia did a great job too. We did some fun stuff. It's weird when you have. I mean, you helped us with the finish, but it's hard when you have like a babyface manager.
Yes.
Right? It's like
Elizabeth. She's no Elizabeth though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You put her in Elizabeth bracket?
Yeah.
She thinks she's as pretty as Elizabeth?
No.
Ooh, yeah, Miss Elizabeth.
No. She's not the first lady of wrestling. Man. No, she's not. But she's a cool. I think she's a cool character. It's a cool like twitchy.
Is she a character, or is that just who she is?
I mean, it's like all good characters in wrestling. It's herself amped up to 10.
Well, because we're speaking in a video, one of the biggest mistakes I made in school, and she's loyal and everything, but I have her train the beginning students, right? I have her help them when they first start. So what I notice now is they all twitch because they think it's part of the movement. Like, so they'll go to tie up and they'll all like go. And I'm like, what the flip is that? Like, they're all like a video. I think she's convinced them that they got to twitch before they tie up. Like, so I don't think she's a character. I think that's just who she is.
Yeah, no, but she did a good job, and I sold. I mean, I was scared of her, giving her the cross with my fingers, stay away from me, and it was a good match. And then Saturday we had Bash at the Brew in Hialeah, which is always a great show, and this one was a very cool one because Vinicius came back.
Oh, are you scared?
I am. I actually am.
He'll disappear again. I think I don't think he was cleared from doctors to come back.
I don't know. I wish he is, so we can get over it with.
Get it over with, right? Sometimes it's best just to meet the past and the present and get it done.
Yeah, unfortunately, because the main event was supposed to be a casket match between Jackal and Agony.
Yes.
But Jackal, unfortunately, because he's my brother, my friend, like he got concussed Friday
in Port St. Lucie.
So
okay, so he couldn't make the casket.
He couldn't make the casket match. So
how was Fonzie versus?
Cheer up, brother.
Oh yeah, well wishes. I didn't want to put it out there, but he put it out there. Jackal, well wishes. Hope you're doing well.
Yes,
we're all positive vibes and prayers. How was he? All right, and
Lambert versus Fonzie.
Yeah, Lambert versus Fonzie. I just took a picture because like
it was.
I want to see this like. So I was looking back and like how many years ago before you walked in, and speaking of Fonzie, look, you see that picture there? Who's that?
Oh, Fonzie.
All right,
Fonzie.
And who's getting beat up in the match with the Fonzie?
Oh,
that's me.
good old Dave Heat.
Yeah. So yeah. It's funny how the world. I've known Fonzie since I was 17. And on all aspects, mostly it was Florida Championship Wrestling.
It's so funny.
But then when WWE would come down south, they'd use the referees and then use us, and I would go over there and do WWF at the time.
So Fonzie's been working this angle with Lambert. Dan Lambert, of course, they're from American Top Team.
Yes.
He's been on AEW too, and MLW I think he worked too, right?
Maybe, but definitely more known on AEW.
AEW with
more
Paige
recently known
and
on
with
AEW. And
Scorpio
CCW.
Sky. So, and they've been working this angle for every time they get physical, Fonzie gets colored. It's so
he starts bleeding.
Yeah,
so.
he's like John Moxley now.
Yeah. Fonzie's like John Moxley. And bleed from his ear, his nostril, his neck, and his shoulder. And
basically, it was like Lambert was beating him up, and cutting promos in between the beat up.
To be fair, I've seen Dan Lambert attack Fonzie, and it's pretty legit.
Oh yeah, no,
I don't think he's I don't think he was taught a working punch or kick or anything. No, I think he thinks he's in the American Top Team dojo.
He put him on legit arm bars.
So I'm gonna give Fonzie credit to withstand that. That's not an easy task to want to take a beating from a civilian. When Fonzie's been beat up by the best of them, Kevin Sullivan and all the different people throughout time, and then some of the meanest of the meanest. And but to take the whipping he's taken from Dan Lambert.
He had a great, not great, but like a fun feud with Francine in ECW, like mid-90s. So. That was like
Fonzie's been around the block and back again, been put away wet a few times and put back out and put into use.
Fun guy. It's it's great.
Crazy,
it's great. How's your body, Daddy? How you feeling, Daddy?
He's a crazy ass. So so I did the Port
St. Where were you Saturday?
Port St. Lucie on Friday, and I drove straight home, and I didn't get much sleep. I laid in bed
Oh.
for an hour, and then I was back out to the airport to where was I? Norfolk. I was in outside Norfolk, Virginia. So I wrestled for VCW, whatever championship wrestling. It's actually Blake. Blake's
Big Chuck?
like he was like he was like that's his like home
Promotion?
home promotion, yeah, where he started at and stuff like that, VCW, and so it was a good show. I don't know, 300-400, maybe 5, I don't know, 4 something. It was a good show, full, good. I wrestled this fitness guy. I think he's a friend of yours. You have friends. Come on, you have friends.
I mean, who is he?
Well, like it's 3-letter initials. Well, two letters and a number.
EC3?
EC3. There you go. Like,
He's not my friend, but I mean,
but don't you guys still correspond?
Yeah, I
something?
worked with him before.
Yeah, very easy match.
Yeah. Nice
Quiet guy, very quiet.
Yeah.
At the end of the night, I don't know if he was calling me fat or not because he sent me a app for a diet.
No, I think that's how he's making his living now.
No, he said
He was just trying to make some
he said,
money.
he said we were talking and he goes, you don't look too bad, and I go, I don't know, it's really hard for me to commit to a diet. He goes, that's what I'm doing. He goes, I got this app, so he sent me the app with a promo code, and so I'm pretty sure I can't figure it out, but like it's for free, like free's helping me out. So I got to do that. I got to, when I have some time, get Anna or
I
something.
mean, he's a.
It wasn't an ounce of fat on him.
He looks good.
And it was a fun match. And before he went to the ring, though, he goes, I just wanted to tell you, I was watching you and Christian Edge or something. You're the reason I got into wrestling or something like that. I was like, oh, God. I go, I hope I don't let you down, man. But we went out there and had a really fun match. And it was easy. It was a lot of ha-ha, but a lot of shenanigans involved because it was with 2 of the local like people that promoter type of like, if I beat this guy gets his head shaved, or vice versa, something. But it was a really fun match. So it was in Virginia, EC3, and then I got home yesterday, went straight to the beach, had lunch, and then tried to watch the Bucks game, but I was so tired I fell asleep. They lost anyway, so Tampa didn't do too well. I think Tom Brady is, I don't know, man. I think this whole Grizel thing's got the Bucks shook up, the whole team. TMZ had pictures on her in Miami with no wedding ring on. Could have been she was just going to the gym, but she had no wedding rings on. Of course, they put it in the news, and Tom was supposed to retire. I mean, he's the GOAT, but I don't know. Maybe he should have stayed retired because, you want to mess your home life up. But it was a good weekend, and so I'm glad you had a good weekend. I'll send thoughts and
it was fun.
positive vibes to Jackal Stevens out there. Also, we had another loss in professional wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
The great and mighty Antonio Inoki.
Legend.
What was he, 90 when he passed or something? 91?
No, he was 79.
Oh, 79? Oh, jeez, must have been looking at somebody else's thing. No. Somebody else passed too that was 90. Oh, Loretta Lynn died today. She was 91.
Who?
Loretta Lynn, coal miner's daughter. I was born not meant to be a coal miner's daughter. No?
No.
You don't know Loretta Lynn?
No. I don't
See, when you go for your citizenship, you're gonna have to know Loretta Lynn.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's like USA and American and stuff like that. That's gonna be one of the questions on there. Do you know who Loretta Lynn is? I say coal miner's daughter, and they go green card. There you go.
I hope it's that easy.
There's nothing more America than coal mines. And coal miner's daughter, Loretta Lynn. But yeah, she passed away. She was 91.
Yeah.
Inoki
Inoki was almost 79 or 79. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
I'd like to say that's a good run. But now that I'm 53, going on 54, I don't think it's a good run. I'm like, 90's a good run. 91's a good run. 79, it's okay run, but I'd like to see 91. But hopefully...
well, he did a lot.
He was politics,
politician,
New Japan, all of them. Yeah. No. He's
worked Muhammad Ali.
He's iconic.
Working North Korea. Main event in North Korea.
Is he the one to wrestle Muhammad Ali? You said.
He wrestled Muhammad Ali too.
Yeah.
But he worked that like mythical show in North Korea.
Oh, right.
The highest attended show in the history of the world, and he made a better with Flair.
Flair.
Yeah, your boy. Your boy.
Whew. So we are in the Halloween season. Like,
yes.
And again, of course, I didn't watch any wrestling this weekend. Although Anna had it on last night, but I just went. I was so tired, I went right to sleep.
Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, Monday Night Raw was on. I think it was.
No, not much happened.
Candice LeRae was on or something.
Yes.
And I came in, I glanced, and hey, Candice.
She came back last week.
Yeah, with Damage Control and all that stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I didn't see much of that. I didn't see much wrestling. So, do you watch any wrestling?
No, I mean I watched a little bit of Raw yesterday. Yeah,
it's a good thing when you're too busy to even watch the wrestling. There's
Yeah.
so much wrestling on TV, but when you're busy wrestling, people don't realize how time consuming to be pursuing a professional wrestling career. I mean, you have to watch wrestling because you're studying,
Right.
But there's so much wrestling on TV. It's hard to keep track. On top of getting to training. Coexisting with a regular life, trying to run two worlds.
I mean, but
the gym, then make your shows on the weekends on top of
But for most of the you keep yourself pretty much in tune with what's happening right now. At least on TV.
I cheat though because instead of watching,
you watch
10 shows, I throw on an 8 minute preview or highlights or ups and downs or somebody's
but at
opinions
least you know the
something.
characters and you know the wrestlers that are over and all that. But a lot of old school workers they just don't watch it.
No,
They just
I know
don't
the
care.
guys you're talking about. They're the same ones that when I was gonna wrestle, I had to do a show on Game Changer with Orange Cassidy.
Uh-huh.
Those same old school guys called me up and said, "You're gonna kill that fucking asshole, right?" Exactly. Why? And I'm like, yeah, rah. What? But I couldn't figure out why I wanted to kill Pockets or Orange Cassidy or whatever. But I've been on shows with him before. He did the whole Orange Cassidy thing, and he could work. He could work and everything. But I looked at it like. Well, this is what they probably said about me being a vampire.
Right.
When I started wrestling. So, I was probably public enemy number one and didn't even know it. Probably, this is an asshole with fangs and calling himself a vampire in wrestling. There's no vampires in wrestling. This is pro wrestling.
It's making a mockery of the business.
Yeah. So, So I'm not one to cast stones or point fingers or talk shit or anything like that about stuff. I believe I do truly like wrestling, though. And I don't think that I would keep teaching in a wrestling school or giving back if I didn't think it was things were in cycles, and wrestling that would come back around to the wrestling that I love. You could give me anything from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and the Attitude Era, and I love all of it. I can enjoy all of it. I get a little lost now. Today, but it seems to be getting a little better.
But I
it seems to be getting a little better. But for a while there, when AEW first opened, and I was really hard to digest what was going on. I couldn't keep track of stuff.
I think it's like everything. It's like now everything's on demand, and I think wrestling is the same. Like now you can. Even when you watch an AEW show or a WWE show, you have your comedy, you have your high flying stuff, and you have your two dudes going at it, two big dudes or two technical wrestlers. You always have it's a variety.
So in a sense, do you think it's like porn now? So
yeah.
Easy, hear me out. So you got Red Tube, you got this, you got that. Oh, I just want to see this particular thing. Boom, I'm going to see that 3 minutes of it, and I'm going to move on, and I'm going to go clip over to something else.
So because,
so it's just boom, 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 so it doesn't matter. It's just content being filmed.
Exactly.
I still like storylines. I still like romance.
Me too. Me too. Of course, I grew up
I like kissing and foreplay, and I want to see a story told with wrestling.
Me too. So. But you also have that. If you have the what they did with MJF and CM Punk. They did a 3-month feud between them.
And now look where everything.
Yeah,
is.
Everything went to hell.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
CM Punk is still with the company, or is he let go now? Is he gone?
Who?
CM Punk. Is he out of there now?
They don't know.
Or is it still this?
They're both. I mean, the Bucks, Omega, and Punk are their status is that they're suspended.
Okay. I hadn't heard nothing on it. So.
But Punk is injured.
He's hurt. Yeah.
So
yeah. So where were we there?
oh, here it is. Sammy Guevara says Andrade got his job because of Ric Flair. Just go back to WWE like we all know you.
Oh, and so did his opponent. Who was it? He was gonna wrestle. They did a promo. The Evil Uno's people. What's the group called?
Oh,
Whoever he was wrestling
So-
took a stab at him too
Yeah.
and told him, "Hey, if you're not happy here, get out."
so now that we're talking about CM Punk and the Young Bucks and all that, like there's a lot of backstage drama going on
Yeah.
with other characters now. Like, because Sammy Guevara said that Andrade got his job because of Ric Flair at AEW,
Right.
and he says like, just go back to WWE like we all know you want to do.
Let's go back to WWE. Well, did Sammy Guevara?
Because
did he have
I'm-
heat just recently too, or no?
With Eddie Kingston.
With Eddie Kingston. Well, yeah, that body shaming, but it seemed like there was something else after.
But this is because Andrade said before that,
What did Andrade say?
he said, I did have one issue with a wrestler. I'm going to say his name. It was Sammy Guevara. I had an issue with him because he once came to the locker room and complained that we hit him too hard. It's wrestling. Solve it in the ring. If I hit hard, hit me hard too. I learned that he came in and that he accused me like a little girl. After I learned about it, I spoke to him and asked if he had an issue with me, but he said he did not, and that's all there was to it.
Okay, so it's pro wrestling. All right. So,
I mean, I'm not gonna defend Sammy Guevara here, but most of the Mexican workers are heavy-handed.
it was okay.
So yeah, I mean, if you like it like that, but Andrade is right too. Like, if he hits you hard, like you can tell him in the ring, like, "Hey, brother, come on, soften it up a little bit," or hit him back, right? Like that's the way.
I
was
I
told.
believe you work the same way you opponent. You could work Kane. I mean, you never feel Kane. Even if you were a solid worker, he wouldn't complain to you, but you would never feel Kane. Kane was like one of the lightest guys I ever worked. This weekend with EC3, I tied up with him, and it was so light. I was like, oh, I felt afraid. I work heavy.
Yeah.
I bring forearms,
Yeah.
and I'll lay it in there and stuff like that. So when I got to the back with him at the end, I go, I said, the lightest I ever worked. He goes, oh man, you kept putting yourself feeding in spots where I really lay stuff in, but I was being light with you. I said, I wish you would have just laid it in. so I could have laid it in because I was struggling to be light, but I adjust to my opponent. So if my opponent that's his style and that's how I prefer, I will make him comfortable and work the style that he prefers. You know, if they like it a little leady, you know, snug in the right places, then I'll do that too, because I prefer that. I much prefer feeling you hit me with a forearm to my back than not knowing if you touched me or not, and I sell something or I react to something that never happened or never touched me back there, or if I can't see up here where you hit me, and I try to watch, but sometimes you can't see everything. If it comes back here and you're like, oh, you take this big move and they had nothing but air, it could be problematic. So now to go and complain out loud, I think they're both unprofessional. Like I think they should just stay private in the locker rooms. You know, we shouldn't have to be. We shouldn't be talking about it on here. We shouldn't know anything about it to be talking about it on here.
Yeah, I mean, it was Andrade who came out with the story, but apparently he was pissed because Sammy Guevara was complaining about it. He didn't came up to him and told him like, "Hey, Andrade, you're being a stiff."
This is Sammy Guevara who will just jump off a ladder for no reason.
Yeah.
So he's gonna complain about a forearm or something. But I get it. It's your head, concussions. But I find it strange. I think it's just I think it's just everything is super sensitive around it right now, and everybody's just super sensitive backstage with all the drama going on, and everybody's jockeying around. And maybe Ric Flair probably did get Andrade's job. I don't know. I mean, is he married to Flair's daughter, right?
Yes.
And then they all did the thing together. I doubt it though. Andrade, he's
worker.
over, right?
He was over, and
yeah.
he had
Everywhere.
a great run in NXT, and then
the bottom line is, we shouldn't be hearing about who's heavy-handed
Yeah.
or this or this or that. They should be working that out amongst themselves, and they shouldn't
I agree.
vocally be speaking out on it to any kind of media or anything like that. And if they have a problem with each other, they should go in another room and kick the shit out of each other and
Well,
get over it. Like
Another thing that happened. So FTR had a match because they are the
you know this wouldn't happen in WWE, and I like AEW, but this wouldn't happen in WWE because
No,
they'd all get fired. Like, they'd all be gone. Like,
So now FTR, they are the New Japan, the IWGP Tag Team Champions,
I
right?
seen a video. Somebody put it.
Yeah.
Somebody.
So they, after the match, I don't remember who their opponents were, but apparently it was a great tag team match. Like I don't doubt it because FTR are great workers.
Right.
And they cut a promo after, and they were like, oh, and Tony Khan, they were like, Tony Khan, we still work for you.
So book us,
So
brother.
why don't you book us, brother?
Yeah.
And so that was a little.
Yeah. They said first and foremost, or first things first, Tony Khan, we still
Yeah.
work for you, so why don't you book us, brother? Then they went on, like, yeah. And your talent shouldn't be doing that. And,
No.
you should have more, like, whether, yes, I don't know. It's just chaos. And it's not healthy. That's what happens when you let wrestlers run shit. You can't give all the boys executive positions, this and that. You got to have people that are executives or people that have been around the block, done this, done that, been in all those situations, and are not wrestling currently anymore. You put them into these spots, and you really got to keep a stranglehold on stuff. I'm not saying cut their creative freedom and stuff off, but really you have to have structure.
Well, the thing is that
because AEW could be a really great company and it could do amazing things. It is doing great things.
Yeah, I know.
They had $1 million gate. They are doing great things amongst all the chaos. They're still doing really good things.
I mean,
It just,
we're only gonna see how good it is for the business in the long run, but it keeps like all this like backstage thing happening, and the fact that they are allowed to talk more about what's happening backstage. It feeds a lot of like sites and dirt sheets, and it keeps the fans like one way or the other. It keeps the fans interested in what's happening. Like, but
it's just media generation now, and everything's out there. It gets out there.
Yeah.
I mean, but still, to be fair, you don't hear that much stuff getting leaked out of WWE. You hear a little
No.
bit here and there,
Well,
but no chaos like this.
the other thing about the WWE is that they are not allowed to work other companies, so you will never have like
Where there are
I don't know
shows.
the Usos cut a promo in work a match and then cut a promo in New Japan because they are just not allowed to do it, right? Like they are, when you sign a contract with WWE, you're a WWE exclusive guy, and if you don't work there, you don't work anywhere else.
So, speaking, because we mentioned porn earlier and stuff like that, was there a sex tape or something? Carmella's sex tape out, or was that fake?
Oh no, I mean,
Was that a fake?
I think she debunked it.
It debunked it? Oh, I thought there was a Corey Graves Carmella sex tape out. But I wrestled him when he was called SJK, I think, right? Sterling Keening SKJ. If my hair is falling out, but if it totally comes out, I'm gonna have the ugliest skull, and he's part of it. Like,
Oh, really?
19 staples in my head in a bullfight arena in Madrid, in Spain. Yeah, I got hit with a chair. The chair exploded, but it put a perfect X in the top of my head, and I had to get 19 staples. And oh god, they couldn't cut. They just cut all my hair off. It was horrible. I wrestled the next day, and then I went home, flew home, and then I wrestled. I went to a show, and so I was like 3 days with these staples, and the show I was going to. I had a doorway. You had double doors. They had open, like emergency doors. Mm-hmm. To go to the ring, they had it set up like an entrance. And in the doors, they have like a lock that comes down. So when I went to go out, I caught a couple of staples right on the metal, and it ripped them out of my head on the way to the ring. I was like, yeah, but
Sorry, bleeding.
yeah, it was there's color again. Good juice. But yeah, so I'll always he's a friend of mine and everything. But God, I wrestled his brother Sammy. His brother's still out there. Sam Adonis. Yeah, he's still making his rounds. He does a lot of Mexican wrestling, lucha libre stuff like that down in Mexico and all that. But yeah, so that was debunked. Oh, you didn't know about it, Raymond?
no,
that was
I never
debunked?
heard of it.
Yeah.
So all right, it was
She said the
debunked.
original video without the tats are out there.
Oh, there's original video without the tag.
Yeah.
So there is a sex tape.
Yeah, but it's not.
No,
Not
there's
them.
there's a
Okay.
video. There's a porn video of a like
They look similar.
unknown
but,
couple. And they Photoshop tattoos on the girl, so she looked like or him, so they look like Carmela.
Okay. What else is in the news out there? We got any Halloween stuff to talk about? It's October. We got anything Halloween to talk about? I mean, come on.
You have some
You got
some
skulls.
stuff.
You got the fanging and banging with
Oh,
some broken
yeah.
the bloody fangs. I just thought they were broken. But I see the blood now.
You earlier you were informing me because I just know the character, but I don't know his story. You were kind of informing
We
me
pointing
about
at
this guy.
who?
Him, and then we.
Michael Myers.
Gangrel?
Well, yeah, him too.
Michael Myers.
Yeah, 'cause
What
it's
about
coming-
Michael Myers?
It's coming to an end, so we need a beginning from you. I didn't know stuff about his sister and shit like that.
Well, he killed his sister.
There's gotta be more to it.
Yeah.
No, he just like sister was brushing her hair. And he went in there and killed her.
And he went to a mental institution, right?
And they sent him away to a mental institution. And then, like every Halloween or so many Halloweens, he breaks out and comes back to the town of Hatfield and kills a bunch of people. But speaking of Halloween, though, since you brought him up, and Halloween characters, Dexter Loomis, Dr.
Right.
Andrew Loomis, or whatever Loomis was. So Dexter Loomis's name comes from that, right? Dexter
Yeah.
the serial killer, and Dr. Loomis from Halloween's. So Raymond, you need to go back. You can watch. Don't watch the second Rob Zombie Halloween, but watch the first Rob Zombie Halloween. That's good. The second one gets kind of weird with Sharon.
The first one is the one where they tell that story, like the origin story.
Yeah, they do that. They go back into it and kind of give you more of a look at him as a kid.
Yeah, it's a good-
and
yeah,
how he
that's a
comes
good
with the
one.
clowns. Another reason not to like clowns. He was a clown on Halloween. Michael Myers was a clown that evening that he killed his sister. Yeah. You're just obsessed with like, what's your deal? You want us to come on here and start talking about Jeffrey Dahmer? I don't know, like, I'm not sure because he was a serial killer, a cannibal, or gay. I'm not sure what you want us to attack on Jeffrey Dahmer. He might have been a cool dude. I might have had beers with him or something. I don't know. What is
Jeffrey?
your Jeffrey Dahmer. What, you?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. He
Because you wouldn't have been here to tell us about it. He'd have killed
Yeah, no, but he killed most of the guys he killed were like
Gay.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but he killed black people.
Spanish.
Black people.
Oh, is this why you're obsessed with it? Are you worried, Raymond? You're gonna end up somebody's stew? Your head in the freezer? Your brains boiled on the stove? What are you worried about?
Your heart getting in.
Eat your heart for no.
It's an interesting story.
No, if I have time, you want me to watch wrestling, but then you're saying can
I
I
heard
watch
all
Jeffrey
about
Dahmer?
him.
Like
I heard all about him, but I haven't watched the show yet or the documentary. Apparently there's a documentary, there's a show. Yeah, he was a weird.
Yeah, I
Guy, to say
I gotta
the
be
least.
careful on Netflix because end up much like your friend Jackal. He falls into a rabbit hole of Netflix shows, and they're
Yes.
all like dark, like the world's worst roommates. Like so, no, you get this lady that just takes people in and kills them and buries them in the yard and everything else. A lady.
So there's
There'll be all these serial killers on Netflix.
what I read about the
Son
show
of Sam.
is that I don't remember the name of the actor who plays Jeffrey Dahmer, but he only asks, like the only condition he gave to the director, who's the director of American Horror History too.
Oh, a horror story. Yeah.
Say American Horror Story. I'm sorry. So the only thing he asked was like, I don't want Jeffrey Dahmer to be the main like I want the story to be told from the
Victims.
Yeah, from the victims, because I don't want Jeffrey Dahmer to be perceived like this like kind of like anti-hero, you know, like because a lot of these movies about and shows
They
about,
idolize the.
you end up like being like, oh, this guy was cool, like you want.
It was like the Night Stalker when they covered his thing and he started going to trial. He started having girls like throw underwear and bras at him like he was like a rock star or something.
Yeah. Well,
and he'd put the pentagram on his hand and be like, "Hail Satan," you know, like or weird shit like that. And
Ted Bundy had fans like
he's charming
when he was in jail, like he had like girls.
What do you want us to do? Just go study serial killers and come here one day and talk about it this October?
And Jeffrey Dahmer too. He had fans. People sent him money to the
Commissary.
prison and everything.
Yeah.
Part of American history.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not American.
In Chile,
We have serial killers, but they're just kill people and they get caught. Like here I think like American American serial killers are more like
Eccentric.
yeah. They're like artists, and they like they have this like they keep the corpses in the
Yeah. So like, for example, you ever watch Dexter?
yeah.
With the ice cream truck, whatever, the killer, paint the nails,
Yes.
the fingernails, body parts in the freezer, cut them up in the cold, and
But Dexter, that's another guy who's like he's
idolized.
he's idolized.
Well,
like,
but he's
a
fictional
kid.
though.
Yeah.
But who knows? Like, yeah. But he only killed bad guys, so he was okay. But Jeffrey Dahmer was a real person, and he killed, what'd you say, mostly Hispanic and Black American.
Yeah.
Were they gay, or did he just, they were gay, right? Mostly because he would sleep with them. Like, he'd pick them up.
Yeah, and he picked them up in a gay bar,
And then drug them, and then,
yeah,
oof.
most of them.
Guess why I don't hang out in bars anymore.
Or the other thing he did was he offered them jobs. You know, like, hey, I have a job for you. Like,
Oh, Alan better watch out.
yeah,
Alan could've
yeah,
been
he's a
victim.
perfect victim.
Alan would have been a victim. That's your partner too.
Yeah, he
Right?
is.
Got your back.
Need to
But you
take
got
care
to
of
get
him.
his back. Keep him out of there. The mijo. No more Home Depot. Alan gets so mad at me. He's gonna kill me one day. He'll be the serial killer.
No, I loves you.
He thinks
But-
I've always ribbed him though.
But yeah, no, yeah. Weird stuff.
So is Halloween? You have because it's Halloween and we didn't like watch a lot of wrestling. You have a favorite scariest wrestler or
Scariest wrestler? I mean, I love I know you don't like him, but one of the things that got me into wrestling was The Undertaker.
yeah, why do you think
I know you don't like him.
This is Raymond's guy, The Undertaker.
Because he's a zombie. But
wait, yeah, like we never clarified what if he was a zombie or not. But,
but
yeah, I think he's
but the whole like when I started watching, I was 12. I wasn't that I mean I was 12, and they had all this when Paul Bearer was talking about like you burn the funeral parlor, Undertaker, and you kill your parents and your little brother.
was it Undertaker or Kane? Who killed?
Yeah, no. I mean, Paul Bearer was saying that the Undertaker burned
Kane. Did it? Yeah, because Kane tried to burn me.
Yes.
Christian Edge. He stacked us up like wood.
Oh, he tried to burn it.
In Texas and poured. They said it was water, but it smelled like gas. So I don't. Yeah, and he had an actual thing. I was thinking we're gonna get burnt alive right here on that TV because you can still smell the gas in it. So they like the gas cans, but I think they had gas in them. But for the real effect for the crowd, they still left like. It still had gas in it a little bit. So I'm pretty sure like one spark with. Like the attitude there was crazy, man. You know, they, like got hanged or whatever you want to call it. Almost got burnt alive by Kane.
Yeah.
So Undertaker hangs me. Kane tries to burn me.
So then
Fucking Christian Edge just turned their back on me. Like it was a fucking hard run for me. Attitude there. No wonder it only lasted 8 months.
then Kane.
they get crucified and kill Stephanie or whatever.
Yeah.
Dubbed her, but, like,
That was evil.
wow, yeah. Evil is what Undertaker did to Christian when he whipped him. He whipped him so hard in that white shirt you could see his zits busting and the specks of blood. Like
Oh,
it was just
God.
beating him, pow, for when he told on she's in the basement. Remember when he was looking for Stephanie?
Yes.
Yeah. And we gave him a bloodbath, but when the lights came on, he had Christian hooked in the ankle lock. Christian was so mad. He's like, "Why do I gotta be the rat? Why do I gotta be the one that tells?" Oh, he was so mad. Like, I know now because they whipped him. Taker wasn't working that. You want to talk about working heavy? He was bringing that strap.
How can you work at it?
I don't think you can. Yeah. Ew. What? What do you got to say over there? You're laughing.
Christian had a fetish for that.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
But now look at you. You're gonna get canceled over there.
He was complaining.
No, he didn't like it at all. He didn't even want to tell on him. And then next thing you know, he's strapped up and getting beat like me with the Big Boss Man. I just showed you the picture. Like I got handcuffed. In that match I showed you with Fonzie's the referee, it was the first match where Big Boss Man, I don't know if you remember, he'd handcuff people
Yes.
and then hang them from the pole and then beat them with the nightstick. Yeah, I was like the first guy. I think he did that too. Yeah, trendsetter. Yeah, so Yeah, I always wonder because like maybe you can answer me this because like and I say this smart ass like don't get me wrong and I do mean it smart ass like it's probably taking shots at people. So AEW Dark,
Nah.
okay, so there's this big lure about I'm doing AEW Dark. So there'll be a guy that's worked 12 weeks or 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
He'll do Dark. Now this guy's working for $20. Lucky to be getting paid, and I'm not being smart ass about that. That's just a fact. Like it's really hard to get paid and become a professional wrestler. But then they do a Dark, and then all of a sudden, I was on AEW Dark. I should be getting 300. Like I'm a superstar. No, and these people, they do talk like that, and they do.
Oh, really?
Change. Yeah. You should ask Nelio because he tries to book the. Ask Nelio.
Just
like,
because they've been on
he's
Dark?
Dark. They treat it like Dark is. It might as well be Raw or something with a push. So when they do that, I get really confused because I look back at stuff going, man, I've been on TV since I was 17 getting my ass kicked. So I didn't, it didn't work for me like that. It just looked like I was a guy getting my ass kicked for like, it wasn't like, oh, you're on championship wrestler from Florida. Oh, you're in championship wrestler from Georgia. Oh, you're in the NWA when it first started. Oh, hey. And so on and WWE or WWF at the time, and then it became WCW. And like it's so crazy how, and that was actual TV, not an internet TV. It was actual national TV. So like then I jokingly say I must have been a superstar since I was 17 years old, on 35 years, because I've been getting my ass kicked on TV for 35 years. Like these guys will do one Dark, go out there for a minute, and their price changes, their attitude changes, and I get really confused because I don't know if it's a generational thing. I don't know if I'm just I've become the old bitter guy. I'm not bitter about anything though. I'm blessed. I wrestle every weekend. I'm super happy. So I don't think I'm the old bitter guy, but I don't see it like everybody else sees it, and I get a little bit confused about it.
I've been on Dark 3 times. I should ask for more money too.
Try. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell
To
him.
say, go into the office today. Come by the school and say, brother, I have been on 3 Darks. And I've actually been to 5 Darks, but I wrestled on 3 Darks.
He takes good care of me.
And,
but
I need some more money. I'm the champion, brother. I'm your champion.
I'm your champion, brother. Yeah.
I demand the pay raise.
I get. But
no, but the Dark things, people, you could. I know I've spoken with Elio. He deals with it, and then I hear it in locker rooms, and I hear other wrestlers talking amongst each other. And how they'll start talking down to each other. One that's been on Dark will start talking down to somebody that hasn't done Dark. So then I see how that weighs, and then I get somebody like Twilight,
Jay
Vidal, Jay with an I. Oh, I feel he feels like he's hit a wall, this and that. He's doing great things. I think he has the most momentum he's ever had in his life. And I go, well, what do you feel like you're missing? He goes, oh, I haven't done Dark yet. I go, you haven't fucking done a job yet?
Yeah.
You fucking are the PCW light heavyweight champion. You're groundbreaking. You're on the right path. So this whole Dark thing is like
doing Dark is a good experience because like if you've never been on TV, on real TV, because even though the show is for YouTube, it gets shot like TV, right? Like there's camera.
Sure, it's like a learning lesson. But
yeah, so it's good, and you can see how it gets run backstage, so you can see how
that's great too.
So and you get feedback because they have like very you get so the first time I worked Dark, I got feedback from Jerry Lynn and Dustin Rhodes. So of course that's great.
Yeah, and that's great too.
So
but it doesn't justify you to go out there and treat a fellow worker like shit because you've been on Dark and they haven't. You had a 1-minute match, threw a punch, and your kick got blocked, and you got choked out or beat to hell.
Exactly.
To judge the other guy that's worked 6 years to year 1 and treat him differently because you were on Dark.
Exactly.
Because you were in the right place at the right time and you knew somebody or you attended a seminar. I'm not saying you did that. I'm saying
no.
A lot of these other guys.
No, 100%. Like that's how you get in and yeah, like I think it's a good learning experience, but I think as a worker, I think you get a more recognition and a bigger name if you start working a lot of shows, independent shows, and then eventually you get on
I'm going to go out on a line and say I think it's a great learning experience. I don't think it hurts you, but I think truly believe in yourself, invest in yourself. If that happens, it happens, but don't let that control you. Build your own brand. Get out there. Make momentum. Get out of your comfort zone. Get the flip out of your area code. Mm-hmm. You know, don't just sit here in the 305 or 954. Get out there in the 818s, the 813s, you know, whatever, different area codes. Get out there and do things and invest in yourself and believe in yourself. And you know, things will pay out. But yeah, dark, you always have that chance of getting seen. But right now, there's so many people there. It's just, I don't know who else they could possibly hire right now on that lower tier. Yeah, maybe catch your attention, but I think you can also, if you go out there and, like, for example, Jay, he's working, he's doing great. He already shows. I mean, he should believe in it and keep investing and believing in himself. That he stays the course, things will come around, you know, and he shouldn't let something like that bother him. But because it bothers him, it bothers me because I trained him. So so I get confused and then I get emotional about it and then get sensitive too. So, I mean, there's many ways to look at it, but I just don't think you should treat somebody else shittier because you've been on dark and they haven't.
Oh,
like,
no, of course not.
What the heck is you can't replace time and experience and ring time and these things you just log. I mean, people can work 12 weeks and they can get critique, this and this and that, but it doesn't replace 6 and 10 years of ring time, putting it in with different people, different body types, different match styles, and different mistakes and different successes. You know, it's just so much more to becoming a professional wrestler. And so I believe in cycles, and I keep training because I believe it'll go back to wrestling and characters and wrestling, and I have a lot of faith in professional wrestling that's gonna rise up out of the ashes that it's in right now, and it is. I think it already is. I think it's already taking a turn and going back the other directions with the FTRs and some of the stuff WWE is producing now, and hopefully Hunter shakes up a few more things, and I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely looks like they're going.
Where are we at on time, Raymond?
Only like 2 more minutes.
2 more minutes.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna end it with the top 10 horror films.
You're gonna end it with the top 10 horror films. All right. So, according to the producer dude over there, you got something in the top 10 horror films.
Yes. We have the
Pretty sure you've seen it.
Drag Me to Hell with Kane.
That movie.
Yes. I don't think it's in the top 10, but it's definitely a horror movie.
which one?
Drag Me to Hell? Wasn't it called Drag Me to Hell? Kane was in that.
Kane?
Yeah.
I thought Kane was in See No Evil.
Oh, he's in that too. I think.
That's the one I
Yeah,
remember.
See No Evil, but wasn't he in Drag Me to Hell too? Well, I could be wrong, but See No Evil, definitely that's one.
Okay, so according to Rotten Tomatoes, Scare Central, the 10 scariest horror movies ever. Mm-hmm. We ask you vote from demonic possessions and cursed TVs to haunted hotels and killer clowns. Here are movies that scared RT users the most.
Okay.
RT, of course, is Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes.
Number 1. This one scared the shit out of me.
We're going with number 1 out the gate, not 10 to 1. Number 1.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm curious. You get scared, but number God. 10. Number 1 must have scared him. We know one more.
Number. God damn it. Oh, yeah, this one scared you. Number 10. It. 2017 version.
17 version. I like the original version.
Me too.
I like the original one. Tim Curry. We all float down here, fat boy. Tim Curry was the best.
Tim Curry was great.
He was best. The best scene in that is when the guy, the lawyer, whatever, the one that saw the dead zone or the dead light, he kills himself because he doesn't want to go back to the area before part 2. Yeah, that's good.
Agree?
And he wrote it in his blood. Yeah.
One of the great. I mean, the 2017.
Yeah,
yeah, but we like the original better, right?
I did a mean thing with like that. So we watched it. Me and Van Luna-san. She was on the road, and we watched it. And he goes, "Can I come sleep in the bedroom with you?" He was like really scared. He was a little kid, you know. And this is Van. He's on Hell's Kitchen and stuff now. He'd probably kill me for telling the story, but he'll call me a bastard for it. So I said, sure. Now, you know. So it was a clown, right? He appeared to the children as a clown, right? So I had the doink. The doink had the stick with the mask. We could hold the face in front of you like this, like it's cardboard. So like he was laying there sleeping, and I poked him on the bed, and I had the mask on. And I said, "Hey, Vanny, hey, wake up. He's like, ah, he started crying. I don't think he's ever forgave me for that. Like after we watched it, that's mean.
You are a bastard.
But boy, it was a scary movie.
Number 9, Insidious.
I don't know if I've seen that one. I don't.
You haven't?
No.
It's like a
There's
Haunted
one
House.
and two.
It's like a Haunted House movie. I mean, James Wan has already shown up higher on the list, but before he and Patrick Wilson made The Conjuring, they worked together on this supernatural thriller about a young boy who falls into a coma and begins to channel that malevolent spirit.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that one. I have to because there's 1 and 2. There's 2.
Insidious is very scary.
Okay.
It is scary, but it's like those like southern, like that stuff that make you jump off the couch because you're watching it and suddenly like a demon appears and you're like, oh!
Like, you brush your teeth, you look up in the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't like those guys.
Number 8, Sinister, 2012.
I seen Sinister, but I'm having a hard time remembering it. But I did see it.
Yeah, I don't remember much of it either. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, this one now. Number 7, Halloween.
First Halloween?
Yeah, the first one. 1978.
1978 Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this one's The Ring.
The Ring.
But have you watched the Japanese version, the Ringu? Yeah, I think the Japanese version is.
What scared me about The Ring was the horse's eye. Like,
Yes.
The Ring, I don't know why that freaked me out, and all the horses ran off the ferry into the water. I don't know. The Ring it was creepy though. Like the Ring is the one where they watched the videotape, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The cabin, yeah.
With Samara, the girl.
Yeah. You know, Judy, when she first started wrestling, she was very inexperienced. So we did a battle royal at Halloween where you come as a horror character.
Oh,
and I had her do Samara, sit in the corner. So she almost won because nobody came near her in the corner. She sat in the corner with her hair down.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, she's. Number 5, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I liked it. I didn't find it scary.
Me too. I didn't mean neither.
No, and I liked the version with Jessica Biel in it even better.
I watch it like, for me it's like kind of a comedy. I mean, it's not a comedy.
Comedy
but,
is like House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's
Yeah.
Rejects is the same to me. Like I enjoy it. I don't know. I wasn't scared.
Yeah. Number 4, The Shining.
Shining's a little scary. Like,
Yeah, it is.
The twins.
The twins are scary. The red rum.
and all that. Yeah, that's good.
Here's Johnny.
It's like
Yeah.
The Shining is like the mecca ultimate, like really like of a horror, like psychological and horror. Yeah, The Shining's great.
Yeah.
Poor dude gets the axe in the stomach and freezes out there. Like, wow.
Number 3, The Conjuring.
The Conjuring. Yeah, I've seen that, but I don't remember it very well. But I've seen it.
It's very. Number 2, Hereditary.
What's that?
I'm mispronouncing it. Hereditary. No, how do you pronounce that?
Hereditary? I don't know. I
Hereditary?
never heard of this one. I'll have to go watch that. I don't know.
Um,
It's with an H, right? Hereditary.
Writer-director Ari Aster made a huge splash with his feature directorial debut, a dark family drama about the nature of grief couched within a supernatural horror film. Toni Collette earned a spot in the pantheon of great Oscar snobs with her slowly reached up to 11 performances.
I think I've heard of that one.
I've heard of it, haven't watched it, but I heard it's very scary.
Okay.
And the most scary movie, according to Rotten Tomatoes.
And you said it was very scary.
Yeah, The Exorcist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 1973.
Well, but I found The Exorcist scary. I found The Omen scary.
Yeah.
I found The Devil's Advocate super scary.
All the old school, like,
anything did with religion and the devil scares the shit out of me.
the Omen.
Even that damn one in
me,
the
it's the worst.
elevator. What's the one in the elevator? Like,
Poltergeist?
no, Poltergeist was scary too.
That's
The
another
graves
one.
come up in the yards and like, oh gosh, there's one.
Yeah, I'm amazed.
There's one that happened in an
Poltergeist.
elevator. I can't think of the name. Evil or Devil.
Evil Dead? No.
No, Evil
Evil
Dead
Dead
was
is-
scary too. Even the
I mean, it's great. I don't think
the
it's
one with
scary.
the tree where it rapes the woman.
The one with the hand.
Yeah, Evil Dead. Like, yeah. All right. Well, The Shining, I think, probably should have been number one on that out of those.
The Shining,
Maybe.
scarier than The Exorcist.
Well, Linda Blair was cute when she spun her head backwards and puked. Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, it's up there. The Shining was
Marin.
Shining was so like more of a drama, I suppose, and more longer, more deeper and stuff than just a possession. You know, it was just house. And then they had the spinoff. What was the spinoff with The Shining? Doctor Sleep. Doctor Sleep, which is very good. I enjoyed that too. Very good. Sleep, very good. And it came out. They went back and they talked about having the gift or the shining, the things, and they're coming after you and they're eating. They eat you like your soul. Really, they kill you.
Yeah.
They eat your like.
Doctor.
They eat your shining. They eat that power. Whatever that your telepath, whatever your visions, whatever that power is, they had. They would eat it. The Shining. They call it The Shining. They would eat it.
The Shining is like...
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, all right. So that was episode 64.
Yes.
Bang. So we covered. Jesus, my phone went off over here, and then this thing started going. I was thinking,
that's The Shining.
I was thinking that's the cue actually to get the hell out of here. So, want some?
Get some.
Bad enough.
Take some.
Thank you, everybody. Keep fanging and banging.
Want some, get some, bad enough, take some.